Welcome to our tub. Come on in. It's warm inside, and there's always room for more.
This podcast contains adult material and is intended for mature audiences only. If you're under 18, grab your rubber ducky and find another tub. This one's not for you.
Hello and welcome back in the tub for episode 69. I'm Mr. Berg.
And I'm Mrs. Berg.
And yes, episode 69. And a little mix-up. Holiday weekend, nice weather. We exited the studio.
A little fresh air is good for us.
And conversation from the tub. So, if you hear a little zapper, pop, or something, just bear with us. Maybe something electric fell in the tub, but we'll be okay. We'll get through it. And as we sit and, again, enjoy the outdoors and relax a little bit for this week's episode, we're going to discuss, two different things. In the first half, we got back in. If you remember last episode, we discussed a series on adulttime.com, the Yes List. And we're going to discuss another episode of that here today that really fits into the lifestyle. So we're going to talk about that in the first half. And then in the second half, we're going to discuss, understanding and openness, and something that kind of happened to us over the last few weeks. And really want to discuss it because we've seen some different things as well on social media, and really want to bring it to the forefront because there's no reason that it should be a negative. Everything should be positive and taken with an open mind. So sit back, relax, and enjoy episode 69. All right, well, welcome back for, as we said, episode 69. I probably should take a tally on how many times I say 69 in this episode.
We could.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a lot.
But I think I already lost count.
Yeah, that makes sense. So again, as we said, we took the show out of the studio, or the desk in the corner of the bedroom is, hey, it is what you envision it.
Right.
And, cleaned out the tub, little normal maintenance. So, hey, what the heck? Let's bring the gear outdoors today and have some conversation and enjoy the weather.
Might have a few nature sounds in the background, but
that's part of living in the country. Mm-hmm. So as well, able to enjoy a cigar outside as we sit here and have this discussion. So first off, as we said, we wanted to get back to, if you remember last week's episode, we talked about a series on adult time, the Yes List.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of pretty much all of these episodes are situational, I guess is the right term.
Right.
And last week's was very much, it could be taken lifestyle-wise.
Yeah.
It is a lifestyle situation.
Mm-hmm.
And again, most of them are. And the one we really wanted to get into today is the Yes List, titled Swap Etiquette.
Mm-hmm.
It stars Kenna James, Isiah Maxwell, and Oliver Flynn. And the preface behind it, as it goes into the details, it says Kenna is in the bathroom getting ready for her first threesome. She's a little nervous. Does bringing a third to join her and her husband, Isiah Maxwell, mean that there's something wrong with their marriage? And that's really the initial conversation as the scene opens up that she's having. And his response really, well, was good. Because the response, Mrs., if you remember, was, there's nothing wrong with our marriage. This just make it better.
Right. His response was that their marriage doesn't need saving, and it's just a little bit of fun for all three of them.
Exactly. And
he reassured her that if anybody was uncomfortable, that it was okay, and they'd stop.
True guy style, he was like, hey, we'll just order pizzas and watch a game. Well, yeah. No pressure. No worries, no concerns.
Right.
So the reassurance, and I guess as we've talked over the years, over the time of this, so we've talked about different, scenarios and situations. Yes, we can't stress enough, if you're thinking the lifestyle is something that can save your marriage, if you're in the mindset that it needs saved, then you're doing it for the wrong reason, and that's not gonna...
It's not gonna help.
No. The other thing I think throughout the scene, which was pretty hot, hence is why I asked Mrs. if she remembered, as she was watching the scene, and said, "Oh, wow, yeah, they're neither one of them guys are small," I think was Mrs. exact.
Yeah.
And we have watched both of them perform before, so. But as they went through, at each different, or not different, at each next step.
So at each stage, kind of.
At each stage, as it progressed through.
They all checked with each other to make sure what was happening next was okay.
Consent, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. It was, is this okay? Yeah. It just, and the more I think about it, it was literally every single phase of the interaction.
Each transition, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, that's a good way to put it. So, as clothing came off, as kissing, as oral, everything was checked in. Especially as this was kind of set and geared towards the first time.
Right.
That you're going to check, you're going to make sure everybody is comfortable and feeling okay with it. As they went through the scene, it was a pretty hot scene. All happened on a couch,
right,
which was interesting, unique. And, well, it finished with happy ending. Everybody was happy. And just as in the previous last week that we talked about, at the end, all three of them came on and had a few points and had a few things to bring up when it comes to adding, whether, yes, this scenario was adding another guy.
The previous was
adding another woman.
Right.
And they discussed as well the consent, the comfort, the communication, the 3 C's of swinging.
Right.
I'm copywriting in that.
And I did kind of feel Kenna's point with, like, especially a woman in a threesome with 2 men. There's always that concern of, is your partner going to feel like you're giving too much attention to the other guy? And like, I kind of felt the whole scene because we've been there.
Yeah.
And they're, you know, the whole, like, where they're looking at each other like, okay, where do we start? How do we do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think
they
that
did play it. They did play it right because, yes,
right.
as we go back to our first threesome,
right.
it was like, all right, are we going to get naked and go or what?
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it was quite funny because they had an awkward moment of silence when they all sat on the couch. And that was actually what Kenna said. She just looked and was like, well, okay, are we going to fuck?
Right.
And everybody laughed.
Right.
And it kind of broke the ice a little bit as well. Because it seemed like they were trying to go for that uncomfortable silence.
Yeah.
And that definitely broke the ice and got conversation started and made everyone comfortable. But again, this was very, very well done. As we continue to go through these scenes, it really was on point. Really worth really worth watching, not just for the sex scene.
No, when you just clicked on the comments and the first one made me laugh and roll my eyes all at the same time.
Oh, I missed it.
Comments.
Oh, yeah. So, I again, people that are commenting on some of these aren't necessarily the most, how would you say it, politically, tactfully, maybe? Tactful, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe tactful in their
No, there's
comments.
absolutely no couth sometimes.
Yeah. So, again, very well done, very well worth watching and taking a look at here on adulttime.com. And again, it's under the yes list. And this one was Swap Etiquette. It was just released back in April or May. Sorry. Yeah, April. So, again, another thing where producers and the industry is, doing the right thing for sexual understanding. And, just the overall sexual comfort of, what people may or may not think, do, want. It gives you some pointers. And, I mean, hey, taking pointers from Kenna James and Isiah Maxwell and Oliver Flynn, watching them.
She sure took some pointers.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oof. Yeah.
Usually that's one of your
that's one of my lines. But
that's
yeah. Yes, it definitely is. So, but with that, we're going to take a short little break here, and we are going to come back. We're going to discuss a situation, not even a situation, just something that came up over the last few weeks, and kind of discuss overall acceptance, open-minded, positive-mindedness. Not even in the lifestyle, but in regular life. So, again, we'll be back shortly.
This episode is brought to you by Cassidy.com. Have you ever wished there was an all-encompassing way to find sexy, like-minded people in your area? Well, Cassidy has hit that on the head. The Cassidy platform brings the best of sexy social media, profile searches, rendezvous, party calendars, and travel all into one. Find and make new friends, share your naughtiest of pictures with select friends in your Backstage Pass, and plan your next naughty encounter all at once. Follow the Cassidy link in our tub to try it out free for 30 days. When you join, you'll be added to our community to get some early sneak peeks. You'll also be first to know where you may find us out and about.
All right, welcome back to the second half of this week's episode 69.
There it is again.
Uh-huh.
I should have kept a tally.
Yeah. And, well, this half we're going to talk about something, and it's actually something that came to me that really Mrs. is hearing for the first time, I guess.
I was going to say, I'm not really sure where you're going with this, but yeah. I'm just going to roll with it.
Well, and that'll give truthful conversation, honest conversation.
Okay.
That's really what it is.
Okay.
And that is, just overall kind of open-mindedness. Granted, you have to be open-minded to be within the lifestyle, to be doing what we do, to be bringing other people into the bedroom, to be sharing, our spouses with other people. And we've seen a lot. I don't want to say a lot, but I've definitely seen some harshes, some shaming, some pretty nasty shit on social media recently. And unfortunately, that seems like the way some of the world's going. Hiding behind a computer screen and just, spewing nastiness or attacking someone because you don't necessarily like what they do, what they stand for, what they mean. Well, hey, it's a free country. Everybody has their own feelings, thoughts, beliefs. As long as it's not illegal, what's it hurting anybody?
The world would be boring if we were all the same.
Yeah, exactly. There'd be some pretty unhappy ladies if everybody had the little weenie like I do.
Stop it.
However,
okay.
So a few weeks back, we went out and met some friends, some actual previous guests of the show. They were on the show. Previously, we had known her, hadn't really met him yet, other than our recordings and our conversations for the show. They were going out to a bar close to home and reached out to me, said, "Hey, what are you guys doing? What's going on? We got a free night. We're going here." I said, "Well, all right, I'll get out of the restaurant." I got out of the restaurant. I sent Mrs. a text. I was like, "Hey, let's go out. Let's go and hang out with these guys. Have a couple drinks. Just relax. We haven't been out in a little while." So went out, hung out with them that night. It was a fun night. It was good to get out.
Right.
Great people. We had a great time just sitting and bullshitting. Literally to the fact that it was 2:45 in the morning and the bartender's like, "We've been closed for almost an hour. You gotta go now." And then we stood in the parking lot and talked for like another 20 minutes.
Right.
Next night was like, "Hey, we're going to be out at this place doing some work, but we'll be around. Then we're done at 10:30, 11 o'clock. If you guys want to come out and hang out and have some drinks."
Actually, it was the same place, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Same place. So again, it's 10 minutes from the house. We're like, all right, that's fine. Nope. Yeah, let's go and hang out. It was fun. So went out, did the same thing. Closed the bar at like 3 o'clock. And we talked about a little bit of everything. Right. As we said during the recording for the episode they were on, Mrs. is like, "Oh, you two guys could talk for hours about anything. You have such a similar personality." Weren't wrong.
No.
And we had a great time. Now, they shared a part of the lifestyle and how they live their day-to-day lives. Which is cool. All right. That is not and it's nothing negative. They are a dom sub couple.
Right.
And that was shared with us. Like, all right, cool, great, yeah, whatever. All right. That's what works. So the next day I got a text from him. Mm-hmm. And he was like, hey, great hanging out. And we BS for a little bit and then got busy. And it was like 2 days later, like we hadn't talked for 2 days. And I got another text. Just, hey, how's it going? How's how you guys been? And we just, and we were just kind of small talk, just kind of, joking back and forth. And he had said, so was kind of concerned what your thought was when we told you that we were a Dom sub couple. And that you wouldn't want to hang out with us after that or do anything. And I it didn't even really have hesitation. I kind of just responded back. I'm like, hey, that's what works for you. That's awesome. That's great. You're still fun people to hang out with, to be around. That the way that you are living your lives that work for you doesn't affect our friendship.
Right.
Or,
but and too, like, when they were telling us about it, it was never like they were trying to convince us we needed to try it or anything.
It was
explaining themselves and how their relationship works for them.
Exactly.
It was never,
I need another sub.
Right.
Hey, Mrs. is going to come and live with us. And
right.
No.
Right. And it's not, when you say Dom sub, I think people think of one thing, one way that can work.
Exactly. You're right there, because it can be, it isn't just in that masochist type way and your sub's locked in the dungeon all day.
Right.
And you're right. I think a lot of people go to that extreme BDSM play type when you say Dom sub.
Right. And that's not their thing.
No.
But like I said, it was never, oh, you guys need to try this.
No, it never was.
It was just explaining to us how
they live their daily lives.
Right.
And their relationship, exactly. And we've talked in episodes past about, we've had a situation like that where another couple that we were friends with really pushed their beliefs, their wants onto us. And that relationship and that friendship went away because they were overly pushy about, you need to try this, you need to do, no, we don't. And I mean, that's going back 10 years.
Right.
And I guess as we look now, no, we weren't ready to think about that, to have those kind of conversations, or even to go there. Mm-hmm. Well, time, yes, now we have dabbled in some of that. However, you do it in your own time.
Right. And we determined what we were going to try, when, and
how.
To what extreme.
Exactly.
Which is really, when you think about it, not really to any extreme.
Well,
like, we've really kind of baby stepped.
Yes. And at the same time, like, yeah, from a time and play standpoint, it hasn't been there to do. Yes, we have rope. We've discussed that in the past. Mrs. had a rope experience and loved it. There hasn't been a piece of rope that's touched her since. And hey, life. As we've said, well, this is graduation week. So, yeah, we've been crazy with that. Yes, the flogger. Yes, we have the flogger. We've used it a few times. Just hasn't been that play scenario or situation to expand to that. But again, we moved into things in our time.
Which was very slowly.
However, again, I think the point, really wanted to bring up was, we're in this lifestyle as open-minded.
Right.
So be open-minded about everything and anything.
Right. I mean,
People's choices are theirs.
It's actually kind of sad that they felt they had to check in and make sure it didn't scare us off. Because obviously that means that some people it has.
It's happened in the past, exactly. And again, gosh, the world has changed. And, acceptance and, just loving each other and loving people. Everybody has their right to choose and make decisions on what they do, what path they take in life. Your personal decision on somebody else's doesn't really matter. It's not going to affect you. And I think that's where a lot of the fear to be yourself and to share things is in people. When you see people kind of lashing out on social media, what do you mean you want to do that? It's funny because I read a few threads the other day where some fans are just the comments to some performers, and it's wild because some of them, the one I read was fans just lighting a performer up about she needs to do anal. Why don't you do anal? You need to do anal. When are you going to do anal? Well, I mean, hey, you're so worried about when she's going to do anal. When are you going to put it in your butt? Hey, respect people's choices in this lifestyle, in every day to day.
Everyone's still a human being. Regardless of what their job is, what their beliefs are, what their kinks are.
Yeah. As we've said, that is, and we've tried to portray that with performers that we do interviews with. These are normal, everyday people. I had that conversation. I had the conversation a few weeks ago. I was a bit irritated. It was a long, crazy day. And my parents were here. And they said something and about, hey, you work too much, you're always working, you need to slow down, you need to this, you need to that. And it was, so they knew that we had a podcast, another company. My mother says, what are you selling now? And her and my father were in the kitchen of the house, and I said, we are selling honesty and openness. And she said, what do you mean? What's that? I said, we focus and we discuss every week on a podcast about open sexuality and the normalization of adult entertainers. And she looked and said, oh, okay. And I said, well, that's exactly why we're doing it. Oh, okay. Because that's not a great answer. And, the conversation went on. And I said, look, we have made some great friends. And it was, but I said, no. Think about it. This is what they do for a job. And then they turn around and they come home. Maybe it's to their children. Maybe it's to their husband. Maybe it's to their ailing parents, and they wash clothes and they cook dinner and they clean the house, and they are just like me. They just show their wiener all the time on TV. I only show mine partially. And that was about the time my mother turned around and started walking out the door. But, hey, I just had to do that because, that's who I am. And again, it's about accepting people for what they are. Mm-hmm. And again, these friends, told them, that doesn't bother us at all. You guys are happy as a couple. That's great. That's what's important. We enjoy hanging out with you. We enjoy having fun with you. We've actually had conversations about going to hedonism with them. And I'd even said, would we even be talking about going to hedonism for a week and working out some future plans of a possible hosted trip with you if that bothered us? Mm-hmm. And actually his response was, well, shit, yeah, you're right. We did talk about that afterwards. I said, yeah, no, you know what? We are easy. Well,
not too easy.
I am.
Most guys are. Sorry.
I mean, I had somebody posted today on social media, how do I like my cooter? Or how do you like your cooter? And I just replied, bald and slick or grippy and dry. I don't care. Beggars can't be choosers.
Jesus.
I mean, hey, I did bald and slick in one response, and then the next spot I was like, hey, a lot of tread on air and dry. Doesn't really matter. Beggars can't be choosers. I take it how I get it.
Jeez.
Hey.
Oh.
But again, I think we're going to kind of cut it here. I think we rambled enough, but hopefully we kind of got some points across. Mm-hmm. It's painful to see people attacking others, talking about others because they don't agree with their beliefs, with what they're doing. I mean...
And to read some of these comments on social media to these performers, people that just have no couth, no tact.
Well, and I see it on, even on swingers sites, and some people commenting to pictures and things on some lifestyle sites. It's like, come on, like, really? Who made you better than anybody else? Mm-hmm. We all get up in the morning. We all put our pants on. I mean, some of us may hop into them. Some of us may do one leg at a time. Some may only have one leg and only have one leg that goes into it. To each their own. Whatever happens. I mean, shit. We're still human beings. We still gotta eat. We still gotta shit. We still gotta shower, and we're still gonna die someday.
Might as well enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, exactly. So again, with that, we're going to, shut down and dip into the little deeper into the tub and enjoy the rest of this evening. We do want to kind of throw a little plug for our friends over at ASN Lifestyle Magazine. First episode of ASN Underground is out on YouTube and on the ASN Hub. Congratulations to those guys in getting the show hosted by Samantha Mack out and going. So again, first episode actually launched on Memorial Day yesterday, based on when this episode is going to air. So congratulations to them.
Oh, that's a spider on the computer screen.
Nice. Hey, somebody else wants to take a dip with us.
We did say we live in the country.
Yeah, exactly. So again, hey, take some time out for yourself. Do something for yourself. Do something for others. Actually had 2 days to kind of relax and kick back, got some yard work done and relaxed. This coming week really is going to be about others. Again, as we said, it's high school graduation. So going to be spending family time doing that, as well as still continuing volleyball and state playoffs, of course. So, again, take that time, take a break, get some sun, get that vitamin D, whether it be from the sun or from the big D. Just get it, ladies. Remember to follow us on our social medias. Berg Couple for Fun on Twitter, Instagram, the Berg Couple on Reddit, the Bergs on Facebook. Our Discord server is up, slowly gaining some people. Every once in a while you might see a thong pic of Mrs. Butt on it as it grows and expands. And hey, again, thinking at some point we may hop onto Discord Live for a recording and take some Discord question and answer sessions. So keep an eye out on that as well. Remember to wrap it before you tap it, lick it before you stick it. And until next time,
we'll keep the lights on and the tub warm for you.